All right, folks, you are live with Lonzo the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop. Waiting on Dr. Dre. Legendary Connects, y'all. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is how we do it, y'all. 3 o'clock in the afternoon today. Yes, 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 yes. I know I'm probably a day late, a dollar short, but don't worry about it, folks. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of making one of my rounds at USC. And every year, sometimes twice a year, I will have the pleasure of speaking to the classes at USC. And yesterday was that day, 6 to 8, and I wasn't able to do this Thursday night show, so we're making it doing a makeup show. And I'm waiting on my man Dr. Dre and the beautiful Bernadette Floyd to join me here on the show. This is called the Legendary Connects, folks, with Dr. Dre from the East Coast and Lonzo from the West Coast connect to drop some games, some history, some information, all the above, folks. As two OGs in the game, we see things a lot of times that folks don't quite that we think may need to be addressed, and that's what we do. We got the experience and the history to speak on certain things that maybe some folks may not quite have. So as Dr. Dre and his lovely assistant Bernadette gets ready to come on the show, I got to start it on time. I got to start at 3 o'clock no matter what happens, because if I don't start at 3 o'clock, guess what? Facebook kick your ass off at 3:05. So I got to start all over again. So I'm always going to be here at on time to the best of my ability. I hate starting a new show. So I see my chat room was already in the house. Who we got here? All right. Easy Steve, what's up, Doc? Marlon, what's up? Up, just getting off work, ready to soak up some game. I'm glad to hear that, Doc. You said Uriel Heaven's Guardian. That's an interesting name, and that's an interesting title, Heaven's Guardian. I must make you Gabriel. Anyway, folks, you're live with Lonzo the Godfather, West Coast Hip Hop. Awaiting my man, Dr. Dre, from formerly of Yo MTV Raps, West Coast legend. He and I have a lot of stuff to talk about from when it comes to health issues. You know, sometimes I drop game on hip hop, life, but sometimes we need to drop game on health. And Dr. Dre is a diabetic, amputee, and blind. I'm a prostate cancer survivor. And these are two things that, along with high blood pressure, are things that plague our community on a regular basis. And it more so hits black men than anybody, especially prostate cancer, because women don't have prostates, just so you know. But, and everything that I'm talking about comes from what we eat. All the issues that come from prostate cancer, high blood pressure, and diabetes come from the things that we eat. And I think we need to talk about that. Now, I know most of my folks is kind of young, and it might be a minute before y'all even have to deal with that. But you know what? It's better to learn now and don't have to worry about undoing some shit you did a long time ago. Because a lot of times what we're dealing with as grown men is stuff that we did when we was youngsters. So if you don't put your body through it, you ain't got to undo it. Um, so yeah, Easy Steve, I'm gonna answer your question just a minute. On a single release, how do you get the instrumental and the acapella? I'm gonna talk to you for a minute, Steve, while I'm waiting on my folks to get here. On a single release, how do you get the instrumental and the acapella? Most of the time, when you do a single, on the flip side, depending on what label is, they'll do an instrumental just on the strength. Acapellas, that's something that is just started to be happening a lot in hip hop, because people want to do remixes. So in order for you to do a remix, they'll give you an acapella version with no music, and then the other one they give you a instrumental version with no vocals, and you get to play with it and remix it and mix it any way you want to. But they still own the publishing and they still own the copyright. So no matter how much fun you have, how much fun you have playing with it, they will still own the music. And I think there's a couple of websites. I'm not sure what the names are that actually have specialized in instrumentals and acapellas. I know all my stuff on Crew Cut, except my album stuff, was all done on. They all had instrumentals. They always had instrumentals. The album stuff, most of the time, the albums we don't do instrumentals for albums, because most of the time they're not. Some of those cuts are kind of what they call throwaways. They may be good, but they're not gonna be no single, and most people don't require instrumental or a single. Is the master recorded separately? Is the master is recorded separately? I'm not sure how that question what that question means, Easy Steve. The master recorded separately. The master is the completed project. Okay, there's the grandmaster. The grandmaster is the multi-track. In old school, it was a 2 inch. Today, the grandmaster would be the stems. Okay, the stems from a song would be considered the grandmaster because basically what happens is everything is separated. It's no probably little to no effects on it. The effects are built into the track itself, or but for the most part, most of those things are done in post. The reverb, unless that's just how you want your stuff you recorded. Most of the stuff is done in reverb. Don't done with no reverb. Everything is flat and clean on the grandmaster. The grandmaster is where everything is recorded from the instrument to the tape, and then between the grandmaster and the master, depending on the engineer and the producer, because everybody does things different. That's when all the effects come in, and the effects will show up on the master. So the master is a 2 inch, two-track. It's a two-track master of what's mixed down from the grandmaster. All right, we're talking musical lineage here. Okay. What up, big Martin? No, that's Cozy and Martin talk. That's Celebrate Life OG and Martin kicking it. So yeah, folks, that's what's happening. That's a start. As I wait on my man Dr. Dre and Bernadette, anybody got any other questions for the OG here? We're trying to do something different today, folks. Me and Dusty still do our thing on Tuesday, and Dusty will be our guest from time to time on the show here. But sometimes we got to talk about some real shit, folks. And some real shit is staying healthy, Doc. I'll be 65 years old this year, dude. I'll be 65, and I've watched a lot of friends fall off in these 65 years. I'm doing a documentary on the eve after dark, and some of my main people who I love to interview are no longer with us. And sometimes lifestyles will determine how well or how long you do your thing. So I learned a long time ago, get some exercise, get some sleep. Don't let nobody stress your ass out, okay? Eat decent. I still got my bad habits. I had fried chicken today, but that's my first time all week. I've been eating vegetables. I'm on a vegetarian kick, and on the weekends, I get to do what I like. I like a little bit of chicken. I like a little bit of fried fish. What do you think about pushing to get Zotan registered as a trademark? Let's do it. It need to be done. I have a talent for coming up with names and titles all the time, and most of the time I get them copywritten, but sometimes I don't, depending on how serious it is. And I think that may be something I may need to do. Can you help me with that, Doc? What you know about trademarks? Landmark. You said landmark. Oh, woo! That's an interesting situation because that where I live, this whole area has a rich history of celebrities. Some of you may know my neighbor was Etta James, famous blues singer. She's the one who turned me on to this house I live in. Famous baseball players, famous football players live in this neighborhood over the years. I think I'm probably the most high profile person right now. Patrice Rushen lived over here. Paul Jackson Jr., Maury Wills. We can go back on and on and on. My neighbor gave me a list of people one time. I know I got it someplace in my house. He gave me a list of all the people that lived over here over the years. Right, Johnny Otis. Let me see. You like to have quietly through the city. Your address isn't out there like that, but you said Johnny Otis had it first. Yeah, I bought this house from Johnny Otis. So there's so this house, this neighborhood, my house has a legacy attached to it. It was a major place for for artists in the 60s and 70s, man. In fact, up until recently, I was getting mail for Johnny Otis for artists who had passed on in the 80s, and I was just able to connect her daughter with her mail so she can get her mom's royalty. So that's how deep it goes, folks. That's how deep it goes. There's a petition to get Easy a street name in Compton. Very possible. I'm not sure, but I know I'm working on some things myself in the CPT to get everybody some recognition. That's something that's near and dear to my
Dr. Dre, and now it's stuck joined.
That's something that's near and dear to my heart is to have a Walk of Fame in the city of Compton, and I'm working on that right now. Uh, did I know Sherelle that sang with Alexander O'Neal? I know I did not, Doc. Although we were on the same label, I didn't quite. I never met her. Here we go, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, I hear you. I hear you. Dre, you there? Doctor. He's working on it. He's working on it. No, I never met Sherelle. We met in passing. How you doing? I'm Sherelle. How you doing? This, blah blah blah. I met her in the days of Epic when I was signed to Epic Records. Didn't know it. Never met Alexander O'Neal that I can recall. But I see Dre is here. I'm gonna take him off for a second because I think he's still trying to figure something out over there. So yeah, my audio is kind of low. Is it really? Okay, thank you, Doc. I appreciate it. All right, there you go. Let me bring my mic a little closer to me, just in case. So yeah, folks. In my history, I've met a lot of people, and back then we didn't have cameras in our pockets like we do now. So a lot of people who I've encountered in my career, I don't have no evidence of ever meeting them, but I've met a lot of people, toured a lot of folks, and most people are pretty cool, man. Most people are really. Be surprised at how many artists are really shy people, really shy, introverted people, man. Really, just kick back, really chill people, and until they get that guitar or piano or a microphone in their hand, that's where they turn into the beast. Okay, that's when they turn into the beast. And I knew 3 or 4 guys like that. If they were in a room and there wasn't no music going or nothing to be discussed, you never know they was there. But as soon as they got on stage, they turned into a whole nother animal. And that was everybody in the World Class Wrecking Crew. I was probably was the most outgoing, as you can tell. But that's what it is. Let's see if Dre is back. Dre, you there?
I don't know. I'm not on. I don't know.
I hear him, but he don't hear me. Let me call him on the phone. So yes, my top 5 groups. Celebrate Life. Asking OG, what's my top 5 groups? If I told you, you might not know them, Doc, but I'm gonna tell you anyway since you asked. Top 5 from old school. I got to go with the Temptations. Got to go with the Dramatics. Then you get to the funk. We got to go with George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. Then you got to go to Slave. Well, you might go Cameo first, then Slave. Okay, Cameo and Slave. That's a serious toss-up for me, folks. I love both of them. I met Steve Arrington, had a chance to talk to him. And so, yeah, we had a special connect. So that's probably why it's such a close situation. And Cameo, they connected with me at Eve After Dark back in the day. So they definitely are in my top 5. So good looking out. Okay, you a music historian. I know I'm all. Much love. I'm glad to hear that. So I can talk to you. I can relate. You can relate. I'll see if I can get Dre on the line right quick.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Bernadette joined.
6
Okay.
3 3 7 6 0.
Miss B, what's up, darling?
Hey.
Now I see Dre in the mix.
Oh, yes.
You got a nice forehead. Bring it up a little bit, babe.
That's the Floyd with hope.
Bring
Sorry, I'm looking down at the phone. That's the Floyd forehead. Floyd.
You got the nice forehead. Okay.
Thank you. It's a family thing.
Okay. I'm just saying this. And fix your thing because your thing there might be a little. Fix your thing there.
Yeah.
You're showing too much.
Showing
There
too
you
much.
go.
Let me do
There
this.
you go.
Go
You're
ahead.
showing too much. You're showing too much. Okay. Yeah, you're showing a little bit. You giving up your game there, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Dre was on. Dre was on. I heard him. I heard him. He couldn't tell he was on, so we got to talk to him in a minute. Crypto
Okay.
Charles, I'm
Oh, you
trying
can
not
hear
to
him?
clown. I could go there with that one, but that's my girl. I'm gonna leave her alone. I can hear him, but he couldn't hear me for some reason.
Yeah, the same thing
Malcolm
last
Ward,
week.
what's up with you, Doc? Yeah, I could bring him on through the phone. I tried to call him, but he didn't answer. Yeah. I'll be real nice sometimes because that was a layup right there, boy. I could have had fun with that one right there. You know what? Lonzo, your boy Tariq says long forehead means she's trustworthy. That's why she on the team. Because she's trustworthy. Not because I ain't gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna sidestep that one. Okay.
That is. That's my new best friend.
Yeah, see, he said that long forehead means she's trustworthy. She is trustworthy. She get out. Shoot. I'm trying to put her on. Well, we on the same team. Trying to get a co-jersey. That's what I'm doing. She's gonna be Dre on the front, Lonzo on the back. Huh? Here he is. Dre.
Let me try this again. All right.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get a cold jersey. Dr. Dre on one side and Lonzo on the other. Okay.
Man, did you see the flyer?
She right in the middle of both of them. Yeah, the flyer looks good.
Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to post it, but I got it.
I know. I'm like, that's my go-to flyer with the Godfather of West Coast hip hop rap, and then Dre, because I heard this great show. They call him the Godfather of trap music, but I went with the mastermind, the original mastermind of the Pump That Bass, because he had the first Pump That Bass before Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne wouldn't have Pump That Bass without Dre. That part.
All right, now I see Dre is here. I got him on camera, but can he hear? He can't hear me though.
You gotta call him.
It's not letting me on.
Oh, we hear you. I hear you, Dre. I hear you. You gotta call him so he can hear you. Isn't that what y'all did?
I'll call him. Okay, we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure that one out. That ain't hard. We're gonna figure that one out. Yeah. Bernadette, your volume is a little low. Bring your volume up a little bit or come closer to the mic. Like they say you Miss B volume is low. They talk to me here in the chat room.
Okay.
This technology is something else.
Okay. What is
they got our back, so they make sure
They got us.
They got us. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded.
Dre ain't answer the phone.
Voice message system 5.
You didn't answer the phone. So Bernadette, I need a full. I got you. I got one eye so far.
Oh, I'm trying to get out the chat.
I got one eye and some beautiful braids.
Mississippi.
There you go. There we go. 2 eyes and braids, everything. We good. Okay.
We might need to redo the link.
All right. You think so?
I'm gonna have to ask you to do your line. I just now
realized.
Right
here.
Let's see. You got him?
I got you. I don't have Dre. What you got?
Let me see. I'm gonna send it. Hold on. Let me hop off and we'll see what's going on. Marlon said, "What's up?"
Okay, well, go ahead.
All right.
He coming. All right, I'm gonna let her hop off for a minute. Let her get Dre together over there, folks. Hey, y'all, we live with Lonzo the Godfather, West Coast hip hop. Sometimes this is the only thing about being live. Sometimes you have some technical difficulties, but for me, it's what I can record this show, I can edit this show and be perfect. Okay, but you can't record live and edit live and make it perfect. That's why I like keeping it 100 with the live shows. I know sometimes they don't always work the way they want to. Most of the time they do, but sometimes they don't work the way I want to. But still, that's how life goes, and it teaches you how to deal with life. Because life you can't record, erase, and edit life like that. So that's what I do. That's what I do. I bring it to you live. I bring it to you 100, the way it raw and uncut, the way y'all like y'all weed. That's another. That should be an old joke for something else, but I ain't gonna go there. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that. I try to keep as professional as possible with it, and hopefully somebody out there, or somebody else that starts doing a live show will pick up some of my traits and not panic. You never panic on camera, man. Never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you sweat. Okay, that's the key to all this. Always find you a way to keep it going. Keep it going. How young A-Dub and the fan? He just walked out the studio. All right, just walked out the studio. He's about to do some recording in just a minute, folks. You're live with Lonzo the Godfather, West Coast of hip hop. Anybody got any questions for me while I'm waiting on Dre and Bernadette to come back to the show? Anybody want to start a quick conversation while we wait on Dr. Dre and Bernadette? I'm right here, folks. I'm right here. I got to ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. This came to me yesterday. Okay, I saw it. I thought about it. I didn't say nothing about it because it's kind of close to home. Okay, this is real talk. During the Super Bowl, my man Snoop, he was in all things Crip walking, throwing up the C, and I heard he said he would say Crip, blah blah blah. Now I never gangbang a day in my life, but I know that there are some people who were kind of upset behind that. And I know here's the crazy part about that, man. When I hear these things, I want to approach him with it, and not from a hater standpoint, but from an educator standpoint. Okay, because when you're a grown man and you see something going on with a young brother that you like. I like this brother. I think he got a lot of talent. I think he's a great spokesperson, but to continue to be a spokesperson for something that's not been good for the community that has a community divided is not a good look at his stage in his career. Okay. And I would love to address him, hey man, you might want to think about, I understand that's what you do, that's what you did. But at some point in time, with all the money that you have made from endorsements, to continue to endorse something that is negative to our community and brothers are dying behind this, is that really a good idea? Okay, I'm not gonna go out like Charleston White and I hate all gangbangers. I got too many friends that do too. I got friends that's preachers, gangbangers, Bloods, Crips. I love all of them. They represent their entity in their own way, but sometimes somebody got to yank a nigga's coat. Hey man, check this out, dude. I know what you do. We know what you do, but is this really the place to do that? And because the consequences can be very devastating. Okay, and that's what I don't want. I don't want to see another brother get caught up because somebody got pissed off of something you did a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever the case may be. We got enough brothers getting caught up getting caught up in the street life for have another celebrity possibly get caught up in the street life. And I know, oh man, he making money, blah, blah, blah. But you making money without doing that. And that's the part that is confusing to me. Why continue to push that if you're already making money without that? Don't make you no money. You make money from Martha Stewart, you make money from Geico, potato chips, the commercials, album sales. You got a store now. That don't make you no money. It keeps you grounded to the community, but is that a ground that you still want to stay connected to? Because it's a lot of brothers on the red side that did not like that. That was like, man, fuck that nigga. Okay. And that's what you don't want to do out here in these streets. Now, the people that paid him to be he got on Super Bowl, all that right there, that is a powerful platform. And it does two things. One, I think it is definitely going to have an effect in the enrollment of the Brothers from the Blue. It's gonna definitely make Brothers with the Blue
Dr. Dre, and now it's stuck joined.
gonna stick their chest out to another level, but also it's gonna make the Brothers on the Red team even more resentful. Let me see if I can get Dre in right quick. Dr. Dre,
Are you there?
I hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you
Yes.
fine. I don't
Okay,
know.
we got a show there.
I mean, I'm about to say, wow.
Why I can't see you?
I don't know. I can't see you either. So
Okay, well, shit. Oh, Nick, you can see me. Nah, I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm not gonna do that to you, okay? I'm trying to be good today.
Don't be good.
I'm not gonna do you like that. I know you are sight impaired, and you gonna have the fucking the handicapped people on my ass because I'll be clowning and shit. I can't do that to you.
Yes,
but
you know,
I understand.
You can be gooder, like when we're in school.
Man,
he ain't good, he gooder.
Huh?
Like in school, you ain't good, you gooder.
Them folks, the handicap organization will be on my ass. You can't tease him like that. I'm not teasing. We just two homies having fun.
You were saying handicap. Don't say all you gotta say is
disability.
I'm blind. Just say blind. Don't say handicap. That's a sticker that you put on the back of your car.
Okay, he blind. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's dude, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
You know,
I'm not that sensitive.
All right, man.
I'm not part of that community.
All right.
BLIND. We upset that you said wrong. Community.
He's visually impaired. Thank you very much. Celebrate life. He's visually impaired, and I tried. Blind. Okay. The brother said he blind. God damn it.
Visually impaired people drive cars.
So you can't see shit. You can't drive shit.
I can drive people crazy.
All right, he say he blind. He okay.
Me and Stevie Wonder got the
Hey
same
man,
problem.
you know I was
Stevie Wonder and I got the same
You're funny. Okay, all right. Dre is here. I hear him. I don't see him. He don't see me. He's fucking even. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
I can't see him. He can't see me. So
I don't know what happened.
It's an experiment he doing on us. Y'all experiment. So now we're doing another experiment where now we're showing the world what Dre sees. Okay. I'm going to go along with it. It's a lesson.
Okay. Hey Dre, how you feeling today, Doc?
Hey, everything's good. It's gooder. It ain't just good, it's gooder.
We back on.
Can you hear me?
Everybody just a minute. This whole thing just took a fart. Okay. Hello? Everything just took a quick fart. Bernadette is here. Dre?
I'm here.
Show on screen, but my picture ain't there. Oh shit. Sometimes you just want to just kick all this stuff over and do something else today. But Bernadette's mouth is moving.
My sensei, I say that to my sensei all the time. He says, don't destroy the technology. Leave it alone. Work with it. It's only technology.
You want to kick all this shit over and want to drop kick it all. That's no lie. For some reason, my camera ain't working. Let me fix something right quick. Try something right quick. I don't know what happened. My camera stopped working. I can fix that too, though. I'm gonna change it
over here. Can y'all hear me now?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Good. All right. So in the chat, they still love us.
Okay.
Dr. Dre, the famous Dr. Dre question. This is the DOCTOR Dre from the East Coast, New York Def Jam. And Dre, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, cool. So we gonna chat. What's going on in the chat, you all? Let's see. They can hear you. They can see you, Dr. Dre.
They can hear me. They can't see
Oh,
me.
somebody got jokes. So let's celebrate life. See it. Tell Dr. Dre like world class and turn on the lights. Do you know? I did not know that was a smooth talking Lonzo on turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know it.
I'm
Didn't
not
know
kidding.
it.
You didn't know that. You didn't know that all this time you've been doing. Never mind. All this
Because
time
the way
you
you tell
been getting
stories,
romance to my.
the way you tell
Go
stories,
ahead.
you act like it ain't you. You don't tell stories like that. You tell stories like it ain't you.
What you mean?
Just what you said.
Oh, I'm very proud of my world.
You
I'm very
better
proud of
be.
my world class legacy.
I
Mm-hmm.
had no business singing that
Let me see.
song when I was little. So I was little singing that song. Should have been
Mm-hmm.
singing it. But
But
I was like,
Bernadette,
yes.
I'm gonna reach.
You didn't
Bernadette,
get in trouble, did you?
I'm gonna reach back and ask Lonzo a question.
All
That
right.
song, "Turn Off the Light,"
Go for it.
was that inspired by the Teddy Pendergrass song?
Nope.
Turn them off.
That song was inspired by a young
Mm-hmm.
lady. That song was inspired by a lady who told me something like that one night, and
Lonzo,
I'd been talking a bunch of years. Yes, sir.
we lost him.
Can you hear me?
Dre, he said no.
No.
He said no. Nothing to do
Mm.
with Teddy P's. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
And now
He
you're
has a
gonna
story.
sing today.
Oh, well.
Go
When
ahead.
you say Teddy Pendergrass, it's a reflex.
Okay.
But he has a whole story about this
Okay.
young lady and
Well, I want to hear the story.
Can you hear him?
I heard a piece of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I met a young lady, cutie pie, and I was talking a bunch of old Lonzo head trying to get lucky. And she said, "All right, come on by the house." And I go by the house, but chest I got you. Let me tell you one thing before you turn off the lights. Let's get something understood, okay? I'm a serious about my sex. Whoop 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 whoop. If you don't do it to me, if you're gonna do it to me, you better do it good. And I'm like, okay. And she got to talking all that stuff, and that was enough. That was the basis of the song, and I took everything else and kind of wrapped it around that. Okay, but that's real talk. It don't get no realer than that. Okay.
But you got to tell us a little more detail than just that. You really doing a lot of surface mouth right there.
She was probably a Teddy Pendergrass fan though, but you didn't catch on to that.
So you didn't.
Yeah,
you were in the Teddy mode, because let me tell you, I was always in a Teddy mode, because Teddy was a guy who demanded the draws. You ever been to a Teddy Pendergrass concert?
Yeah, he pretty much. It was a requirement for him to all right, take them off, close the door.
No, but Teddy Pendergrass demanded.
Teddy was
only you. He said, "You got what I need."
Yeah,
only you.
Teddy was just shy.
He can get away with yelling with a woman.
He was just shy of rape.
He could swoon you and talk soft to you. Then he just holler at you. And Dre knows I ain't about to go hollering at you, but Teddy could get away with hollering at a woman. Be like, all right, I'm gonna turn off the light.
But because see,
they throw their draws at him. They throw their nasty draws at him.
When you're over 6 feet tall, and you got a beard, and you're 19 years old, and you got that deep baritone, gravelly voice, you can say whatever you want. It's gonna
right.
But
wait,
when
Teddy
you're
6 feet tall.
Teddy was 6 feet.
Huh?
2, 6'2" or 6'4".
6 feet 2, 6'3", something like that. He was a tall dude. He wasn't no munchkin.
He was a tall.
He was a very tall dude.
Dark and handsome. Everybody.
Wow.
Teddy got.
Yeah.
He was the first interstellar, besides being an athlete, singer lover in the planet, next to Sam Cooke. But Sam Cooke wasn't 6 feet tall.
That's right.
I'm talking about
but Teddy came with it.
We're going back because of Alonzo's song from the world class record group, "Turn Off the Lights," and
I just found it out today. I love you, Lonzo.
Excuse me,
Bernadette.
I said I just put two together today when I did the flyers. I'm like, that's Lonzo, my Lonzo.
You had a moment.
I love you though. I was like,
you had a moment.
But I wasn't supposed to be. What? That was a taboo song. I was not supposed to be singing that at that age.
I'm surprised you get your ass whooped for singing it.
My mom, she threw
Hey, Dre.
dances and stuff.
Go
for
ahead.
her teenagers.
Okay. Hey, you know, before y'all came on, man, I was having a one man heart to heart with the chat room.
So let's go back to it.
Something hit me up yesterday. Somebody hit me up yesterday, and they showed me a picture of Snoop's suit he wore on the Super Bowl. And here in LA, we all know that's a Crip suit with a Ram logo on it. Okay, got a little Ram stuff on the shoulders, and this brother's a good friend of mine. But the people that I know people on both sides of the tracks, blue team and the red team. I don't call them season B's. I call them blue team, red team. And I know some brothers from the red team that were very, very upset behind that. You know, the whole him throwing up the C, him saying the word Crip, the Crip walking thing. You know, that's what they do. Blah blah blah. But I think the fact that he represented it so hard in the Super Bowl did two things. One, it probably increased the enrollment for the blue team tremendously, but it also made a lot of brothers on the red team pissed off. Okay, and I was just saying to the chat room, I would love to be able to pull Snoop's coat and just ask him or talk to him about that, man. You know, not saying, hey man, you do what you do, you are who you are, and I love the brother. I think the brother is a very talented cat. But for a brother that has his kind of marketing ability, who's being paid for quite some time to market various products, potato chips, insurance, whatever the case may be, cars, to still be marketing that lifestyle in this day and age, is, especially with all the deaths that's going on in hip hop, I don't think that's a good idea. I would like to be able to pull his chain and see, hey man, we don't need no more problems. You know, you are who you are, you do what you do. But do you have to flame them fires? It's like you don't see AKAs or alphas, you know, doing they thing on international stage like that. Well, and they pretty much community service organizations, and we know both that the red team and the blue team has not been much on community service. So, what's your please do?
Because on the east side, when he did the blue walk, I call it the blue walk, so we don't. And you know what? I don't have a nickel in any part of that game, but I've always known it to be in that game and understood that game. And I've said at the end of the day, who prospers from that game? And I understand what the reasoning was from the beginning of, you know, wanting to be protected by people you grew up with and joining to have a family-like experience amongst the brothers and friends. But I consider Lonzo my family, and whether I can see or cannot see, it don't matter what color I wear, I consider that family. But here's my thing, the impact of what you did is what you were saying, because it's been spoken about now quite a bit, that the NFL asked them not to do that because they didn't want to seem like they were one way or another way, to keep it very neutral. And when the commissioners saw that and they spoke with Dre and them, I don't know what the conversation was. I wasn't there. I won't speculate. I just know it was a part of conversation because I heard Dre in an interview when they were talking about that. Just like Kendrick is, I believe, a part of the R or the red team, as you call it.
Not really, but yeah, he's from the area.
I'm only going by what was said. He's from the area. I don't know either one personally. Okay. I'm going by what was reported. So don't go, oh, Dr. Dre said. No, Dr. Dre listens.
I understand.
I'm not a part of those things. Here's my thing to Snoop. With all the problems we have in the world, based on our president on Tuesday night at a State of the Union address, he's claiming for us to be unified and for unity. Now, how do we get there if we keep showing our diversity that keeps us divided? Not what are we doing to bring us together? And I ask that all the time. And I've been in different meetings with, as you would say, the C's and the B's, or I don't know how you want to call it.
He's in colors. Oh, not color. Oh.
Well, the B's and the
red team, blue team, red team.
Oh, okay.
The red team or the blue team. And I'm telling us, we better get ourselves together. because I'm gonna show the real strength out there is when you see what's going on in Ukraine and that Russia, the biggest R of them all, is trying to squeeze those people, and they're saying, I'm gonna fight. And right now, my hero is President Zelensky. Because he ain't talking the talk.
Bad boy.
He's in the middle of the field. He's telling Putin, stick it up his R butt. We ain't going down without a fight. That's like, whoa. He's not fighting for a color. He's fighting for his existence. And I'm saying, well, what do we get out of that? What do we get out of that? The walk, the mark, and understand you're paying homage to your homies. But, bro, we got some serious stuff to start taking care of. Because come November, I don't want to hear anybody screaming and hollering at Biden. Because if you don't vote, you can't complain. You cannot complain. So when you were talking, I'm not going to go deeper than that. I'm going to stick just with the Snoop thing. I've heard a lot of discussion about it. I want to see what are we going to do about it. Then I want to say to Mr. Snoop, what are we going to do about this, bro? How are we going to bring us together? I've heard you on different platforms talking about, I'm a grown man now. I'm not doing it this way. I'm trying to bring us together. I'm cool. I'm laid back. But then in the Super Bowl, you did what you did. How does that work out? When are we waving the flag like they're doing in Ukraine, where people are wearing blue and yellow trying to support them? Because that's to me, if you can't see the real deal, I don't know what to say. I mean, I got love for everybody. I don't care what. I don't care if you wear plaid or stripes or zigzags or any colors you want to do. But the AKAs, the A5As, all of them do it too in their own way. But as you said, they're community-based organizations trying to work within the community
based on something different
to build a stronger community. You got it, Lonzo.
Now, and here's something I've been preaching for a while. If I wouldn't give a damn what they did if they took the violence out of the gangbanging. If the gangbanging was hood fraternities that had a different mission statement, that was putting young brothers on, getting brothers in college and helping brothers get themselves together. And how many brothers we got off of parole this year? How many brothers we got in college? Whatever the case may be, if it was a different mission statement, but when you hear brothers talking about how many bodies they got, that's not the direction we need to be going in this day and age. I was talking about on my show with Dusty. Kodak Black got shot. He was so happy he got shot. I finally caught me a hot one. Lucky Bernadette is here.
A hot one.
What did you think about? He finally caught him a hot one.
Wow.
Finally caught him a hot one.
I mean, what's the mentality behind that? What's your thought process?
Come on, man. Come on.
I just don't understand that.
For long, fools gonna be shooting themselves just because they caught a hot one.
Because you want to sell a record, you want to have a hot song, you want to prove to everybody you down. Down with what, Hambone?
Right.
Down with what?
Right.
Oh, you trying to keep it real? Like I said, if y'all want to show me real, you want to show me how hot one you want to catch, take a flight to Ukraine and pick up some American weapons that are over there and go help President Zelensky show you ready to catch a hot one. Because when I watch 1 million people trying to get out of the country and half of those are children, they're not trying to catch no hot ones. When you got men and women separating their kids and the men are going back to fight, that's not trying to catch a hot one. I'm trying to understand.
Right.
Now, what are you trying to catch? I don't want to catch COVID.
Now, Dre.
I'm sorry.
Dre, as we sit here, I'm looking at the chat room right now, and I saw something as much as respect as I have for Zelensky, I can't support or can't roll with the fact how they treating the black folks in Ukraine. Now y'all all got problems. You still gonna play the prejudice game. Everybody, they shooting everybody, black and white, but you still want to let black folks on the train to get out of Ukraine. Yeah. That right there, that bothers the Bernadette, I'm sorry. That bothers the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
You go right ahead, because it's when we see them being treated that way. Everybody. I mean, I feel that way. I'm like, you know what? Then because it's real, but it's like
it's real hard.
Work?
It's real hard
to be like,
it's real hard to have empathy for somebody who's still in time of disaster, still got time to play haterade. Come on, man, we ain't got time for that. This man, his family need to go, or this family need to get on this train like everybody else. So you telling me that these folks gotta just stay behind and possibly get killed because they black? Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on.
It's not just because they're black. Let's get the information clear. The people they're holding,
get it right.
They're not black. I mean, they're black, but they migrated there from other parts of the world. Okay, they're not like American black. So, when they were trying to get the people on the train, it was women and children first. That's what they were trying to cram in those trains. Or
were they letting black women on? Were they letting black women and children on the train?
Yes, they were.
I saw black folks getting turned away.
No, it was women and children first. And I'm not here saying, support, because I'm a blind guy telling you what I'm listening to. And I heard the report, and it was people who had migrated there, and they were married to women from the Ukraine, and they were getting out, and they were trying to get out with it. So they were like, no, you wait, let's get them out of here first. Because the guy who was on Dancing with the Stars, he just was on the TV earlier today talking about he was crying because he fought his way to get on the train, and the only thing he saw was women and children, and he was upset. And the only reason they let him on is because he was from the United States, and he was a quote unquote celebrity, so he can go back and tell the story. But he was upset because he said, I felt so bad because they let me on, and that meant one woman or one child couldn't get on the train. You gotta understand something. It's not something to get on the train. They're trying to go, let's pick and choose. They're saying they want the men to stay back to help the fight, but they want the women and children to get out. But grandmothers and I'm not taking a side. I'm saying listen to the whole report. Because when we say black, we mean America.
All right.
When you say black,
if you got melanin skin and your ass is getting denied access to leave the country, that's my qualification for black, melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, I'm gonna do some more investigating. I will make sure before I get pissed off, I'm pissed off at the right point. Okay, because what I saw, what I heard, they were denying all blacks. Okay, black folks they were picking white folks. All right.
Well, let's
you got the eyesight issue. You sure you did right?
So I have to listen closely, and I'm not here to.
You didn't see it? No, don't make me doubt your motherfucking word. Now you know you don't see what I see sometimes. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to clown, but goddamn it. It is what it is. There's so many groups and
we're gonna see.
Okay, there you go, Bernadette. Bernadette, fact check. Fact check.
I'll fact check. We're gonna fact check and get back to that.
There you go.
Black in there, my man Crypto Charles. Black in Europe is usually African.
Should even freaking. If I was in front of the world, I would have a freaking token chocolate train. No pun. I was like, do you see them getting on? Because the confusion is, it's not clear.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. The chat room, my boy Byron Blue says he said he just watched the video. They were people. There were black people that couldn't get on get on. Okay.
Black.
He said he just watched the video.
Women.
All right.
He
said black people.
I want to listen to the men and women thing.
Black people usually cover both of them.
Yeah, but
you know what?
If they said women can go, men can't go.
Those people who are people over there.
You have what now?
That's what we be.
Now,
We need
I
better
got a question.
communication.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Well, see, that's the problem. You ain't gonna get the whole story. We don't never tell the whole story. Russia ain't gonna tell the whole story, and our side ain't gonna. The whole story is not an option. Okay, you got to go to somebody like Al Jazeera or something like that, somebody heavy that they really ain't got a dog in the fight, just gonna tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bernadette, I got a question for you.
Got a question for me. All right.
I got a question for you, but Bernadette, hold on. Bernadette, from a female perspective, if you was over in Ukraine and they said women and children can go, would you leave your man to fight, or you gonna stay there with him?
Well, no.
Huh? You getting on the train and say, "Baby, good luck."
I wouldn't want to leave him there either.
Say what now?
No, we would be fighting something like that. I'll give him one of my girls to put on. It might be like I had on when I first came on with a wig or something. He put on a wig.
So you gonna try and get him on the plane?
I mean, when I get back into a corner, I get creative as hell. So why wouldn't I? I mean, for real, why wouldn't you? If that's what they're doing, do that.
But Alonzo, can I jump in real quick?
That's one way to go. I mean, no, you can't.
Okay, hold on.
I
got a couple.
Isn't that what they do in the movies and stuff like that? You get creative. You disguise the person that you're trying to get through. You put over, you cover their head and pieces and things like that. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not put on that wig?
Ain't no way in the world.
Madea, my man.
Madea, this motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
This big 6'4" hairy face.
Tell me why I should not Madea my man. Tell me why I shouldn't.
Hey, you know what? I ain't mad at you. Okay, if that's your play, that's your play. I'm looking at my chat room right now. My boy Willie Mo says the first casualty of war is the truth. Okay. The whole reason why they over there is a lie in the first place. He's talking about he gonna denazify Ukraine. Come on, man. I ain't never heard nobody complaining about the Nazis in Ukraine. Putin said he was gonna denazify the Ukrainians. Okay. He got Russians that don't want to be over there. The citizens don't want to be over there. The soldiers don't want. I saw soldiers on TV getting fed by the Ukrainian citizens. He crying, talking to his mama. Mama, they treat me so nice over here. Why I don't want to fight? Okay, no bullshit.
They shocked them.
Okay,
while they over there. They were misled about why they were over there. Some of these young
they were misled. Okay,
well,
we supposed to be on training mission. I know I'm invading. What?
Lonzo,
come on, man.
Lonzo, when you were talking about the blacks going back and forth, there were a few WNBA female basketball players who were there, and they were allowed to leave.
Okay.
They got on those trains. So that's what I said. That's why I know they were letting black women on, and they were letting other. It depended where you were coming from and where your passport said you were. Some of those men came to Ukraine and married or got with these Ukrainian women and had children and stuff like that. They said, no, get the women and children out first. Now, some women stayed back to fight. Some grandmothers are over there fighting. I mean,
I saw that. Grandma package.
The point I'm trying to make with all that is don't hold anybody back who wants to leave. But I don't know what the procedure is. When you're talking about chaos, the first thing that goes, like he said, is the truth and rules. So if they're saying, look, we're doing this, everybody follow this, go. Get out of the way.
And my boy Willie Mosa also says he was saying that you can't get a more of a denazi situation when you have a Jewish president. So I'm quite sure he may shoot. Okay,
he's claiming to denazify a Jewish president and say like he's a Nazi. It doesn't make sense.
That's like an oxymoron, isn't it? Okay, don't make sense. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So anyway, folks, we got a lot to talk about. This is world stuff right here. This is real man shit. This is, we could talk about hip hop stuff, and we will sometimes, but every once in a while you got to keep it 100, folks. This is some news, some shit to replace COVID, because up until COVID, up until now, COVID was the shit. COVID was everything. Now COVID,
Mask.
the mask is coming off on the LA County, LA City. You can go inside with a mask. I think started midnight tonight or midnight last night. You can start wearing masks. But we got a new problem, though. We got to fight this war over here. So they don't never start to tack up the problem. They always keep them kind of spaced out. As soon as one of them kind of calm down, to get us some new shshit. And gas is high as a son of a bitch. Okay?
Right. It's
gas.
Yeah,
I saw gas $6. $3.40. It's $6 on the Brea, La Cienega, and San Vicente. $6. It was $7. I saw one person had showed a sign for $7 a gallon. Okay, that's just ridiculous. Okay, $7 a gallon. Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Alonzo?
Everywhere in LA is $5 damn sure, huh?
Can I ask you a question now? Are you ready to buy an
Go for
electric
it.
car? Are you ready to let that gas guzzler go?
Yeah.
And get an electric car.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So the thing is, rather than us
I'm not ready to buy me a Tonka. Shit.
A what?
A Tonka truck. Give a damn. Okay.
I'm serious though. If you want to end the problem with oil and gas and all that, let's move away from it. Get rid of. We don't need gas cars. We don't need them. It's a fake.
I think they know we don't need them.
America.
They do know we don't need them.
Right.
Excuse me?
They know we don't need it. And you know what? And I do a lot of documentaries. I do a lot of documentaries in my downtime. And there was a gentleman in the 50s that made a carburetor that ran off of water. Okay.
Yes,
it was two guys.
You filled up your car with water.
One made.
You put the pill in, and when you woke up in the morning, you had a full tank of gas.
Get out.
And it burned
fresh.
It
it burned clean. Okay.
Right.
It burned clean, which it means all the bullshit emissions, all this summer gas and winter mixture, all that summer mixture goes out the window. And one of the big oil companies met with him to buy his formula. They bought the formula, and before his ass could cash the check, they killed him.
No, he took a very nice flight
then they
out of the country, and he was headed to some special island that he never arrived.
Okay. He never cashed the check. That's for damn sure.
He never cashed the check. Here's the other thing, Alonzo. You ever watch an old movie and they have the Model T cars and they keep driving forever?
Yep.
And they never seem to stop at a gas station or anything like that? The cars we have now, and this is what President Obama was trying to do. He was trying to raise the mileage up on the cars produced. So instead of getting 19 to 21 miles to the gallon, he wanted to get 50 to 75 miles to the gallon, which would bring gas prices down.
I remember that.
You wouldn't have to go to the gas station because the cars are able to do that with the fuel octane. What happens? The big oil companies step up, and all of a sudden, that's not going to happen. We say the auto industry, not going to let you get those cars made like that. So here's the thing. Let these gasoline cars go. Let the gas buses go. Get rid of the gas trains. We have the technology to run on solar and to run on electricity. They just had a flight, 3 years ago, of a plane that flew around the world on solar energy. Solar, no gas, no airline fuel. I mean, maybe it's time to get to Star Trek and get them dilithium crystals working. I don't know. I know for sure we have the technology to do it.
Oh, for sure. We really do. There's been a lot of different inventions. Willie said Henry Ford designed his auto to run on water, STP oil, and changed his mind. And then the correction Standard Oil, Rockefeller talked Ford into using gas instead of water. See, that sounds about right when we look at the industries, how, that's a money thing. A money thing. to talk
It's
him out
always a
of
money
that.
thing, and that's always a money thing. It's a money thing.
Our
What
cost of
Reba
living
Beverly
would
said
drop
there.
in half if we got rid of fossil fuels.
Hmm.
It would drop.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Uh, my girl Beverly says, I have no sympathy for Ukraine. They have no use for black people. They let black children freeze and starve. We have enough problems here in the United States as far cars, whatever source we use. It jumped up. We use hold on. Whether it's gas, water, electricity, whatever, there will be a shortage. Uh, yeah, she got a point there too. Because I remember one point in time in California, L.A., there was a there was a we used to have red cars in Los Angeles, and the Uniroyal Tire Company got rid of the talk states, talk the city into getting rid of the red car so people would drive their individual cars. And a lot of what we've seen, and this is what we see all the time in America, even right now, there are laws being passed to put more power in the hands of corporate America uh, um, as opposed to the power of the people. The people supposed to have the power. I hear some noise
Right.
in the
I'm
thing
not
here.
sure if it's
Yeah, it's a
me or
ticking. I don't know what it
Oh,
is.
yeah, I hear it. Tess, some
It's
kind
might
of
it's
be
the
like
the
connection.
somebody
mic with
like
mine.
It's the connection. We're talking about stuff
they hear.
that's serious.
Oh well, yeah,
They must
they
hear
watch
us.
Big Brother's watching. Hmm.
They hear us. Oh my God, we're in
Oh
trouble.
yeah, so they're gonna style. Yep, it's happening. My phone
Alonzo,
is
you
all
watch a lot of
tapped on me.
documentaries. Did you see the one they talked about?
Yes,
This was
sir.
this was a while ago, where they had the electric cars in California because they were trying to bring the emissions down, and they
Yeah,
sold it to about 1,000 people,
right.
and the emissions went down. They were like, "Whoa!"
Yep. The
And
EV
then,
ones.
the cars worked so well, they went back and bought them all up, and people were like, "No, no, I'm not giving this car up. You crazy?"
Yeah,
People were hiding them in their garages.
that was
They
the Chevrolet. That was a
inside
Chevrolet.
and stole their
Right.
cars and paid them, and they took all the cars and destroyed them.
From the chat,
That
America's
was the
addicted
Chevrolet
to oil.
EV1.
They destroyed the cars. They said there was something
Yes.
wrong with them. They worked too
Yeah.
hard.
What the
Oh,
problem
here's
was, one they said that the hold on there. The cars said they said that the cars they would have ruined the industry because there were no moving parts. You didn't need no brakes. All you had to do was change the battery every 15 years or something like that.
Yep.
And they crushed all the cars.
And people
Okay.
were hiding them. And they tracked them down.
Right.
And they just destroyed. I said, this is
That's
crazy.
the movie with Ed Begley Jr. was the last guy that had one of those cars, and they threatened to put him in jail because, yeah, they was gonna put him in jail because he wouldn't turn his car in. And then they showed you all the cars. They just crushed them all. They just crushed them. They're perfectly good cars. They just ran them through the crusher and crushed them.
wow.
Okay, perfectly good cars, inexpensive. It was ugly. They was ugly,
But those were
but
all the
they
prototypes.
they drove forever.
Those were the prototypes. You never had to go to the gas
Right.
station. You never had to worry about, like you said, changing your battery. And even, I think the way the construction of the tires and everything, the cars would last forever.
Right. Right. I think the tires, everything on this car, you didn't need no moving parts. They said this car would destroy the industry because a lot of the parts that are made for cars are made to repair cars because they banking on alternators going out, brakes going out, and certain things in your car. I don't give a damn what kind of car you got. You're gonna replace it. Okay, alternators, water pumps. You're gonna replace them. They're gonna go out if you drive the car. This shit is gonna happen. Yeah,
That
these
sounds
cars
like
didn't have water pumps. They didn't have.
Sounds like the medical
They
industry.
didn't have water pumps. They didn't have. Yeah, so this is so yeah, this is how we become addicted to oil, and we do what we do. we've been kicking it for about an hour, man. We had a few minutes with the problem. We're gonna keep going for a few more minutes. Though we had a few problems. An hour passes by fast when you keeping it real. You know,
we were working out the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna work it out. I'm in a few minutes. One of these shows, I'm gonna be able to see Dre. He won't be able to see me, but I'll be able to see him, and he'll be able to.
No,
we're gonna
do a miracle.
this.
Dre will be able to see you and me, and that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
Miracle's going to happen on here.
We talking miracles. Dre, heard you got a new foot, a new leg.
Say what?
Dre, heard you got a new leg.
Yes, I do. I finally got my new leg for my prosthesis. I was wearing my old one, and I'm gonna tell you something. When these things wear out, they are not fun to wear. By no stretch of an imagination, it's no good. Because remember,
now we're about to get into some real. Hold on, Dre. Mm-hmm. We're about to get into some real shit now. Okay, all bullshit aside. Although I may throw a little bullshit in there, but all bullshit aside, Dre is not long with being blind. He's an amputee, and we're talking about him getting his new prosthetic leg. Dre, you got it.
Simple and plain. I consider myself to be super bad. I'm a blind amputee and a type 2 diabetic. So I've had this prosthetic leg for, this was my second one I had. This is the third one I got now. And what happens is when your leg starts to shrink or your natural arm shrinks as you're wearing it, the prosthetic it gets big. And when you try to wear it and it's too big, it hurts you. It'll hurt you because that plastic that's kicking against you, even though you're wearing this rubber liner that goes around your natural body, it doesn't matter. You're putting pressure on it. And mine was pretty much done. And the guy said, well, why did you come in here all this time? I said, well, I thought, you would call me and say, now it's time to change them over. He said, no, we're not going to know unless you tell us. He said, you must have been walking on this thing for a while. I said, yeah, I was. So now I got a new one. It's snug and it's tight. And I said, I want the ones that they give athletes to wear. So they're going to work on one for me that I could wear so I can start to run with it. The one I have.
So you got a ting-ting.
But I want it to be.
You want a ting-ting?
Excuse me?
That's what Cat Williams called a ting-ting?
Pretty much.
The little hook foot?
You get the hooky footy. Footy. But I want the one that it actually damn near becomes your leg. So when you run with it, you run like it's your leg. But the only difference is you don't feel any pressure when you run on the ting-ting. The ting-ting will throw you for a loop. So I walked out the office and I was all happy and excited. And my sister was looking at me and said, oh, come over here. And I said, where? I said, whoops. I fell straight down on my face because I've been so used to the other one that was so loose and it was it gets you comfortable that I forgot how strong this thing can be when you switch over to the new one. And it's pretty damn strong. To throw my big butt to the ground, it's pretty strong.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So you didn't have to do any therapy or anything? They just put you on it and said bye.
Here's the therapy you do. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Let me know what it feels like. Because you gotta wear.
Does it come with a shoe?
Excuse me?
Does it come with a shoe too?
No. You buy your own shoe. I have a Nike on my foot.
Okay.
You put a sneaker on or whatever you want to wear to make you feel comfortable. You don't feel it. But,
Nike endorsement.
Well, we're gonna talk about that because that's something else we're doing with prosthetic folks. So we're talking to some people about doing it. But the goal is to make it so that you keep your balance. And when you get the new one, you gotta get your balance back. And the only way you're gonna do that is you gotta walk with it. I walk with my cane and I walk with it. I catch my balance. I slide a little. I figure it out. I move the shoe around, and then you find that spot that makes you okay. I'm comfortable doing that. But I want a runner's one, so I can run. So I learned to crawl. I learned to walk. Now I'm gonna learn to run. So you can call me Doctor Dre. I cut off my foot, but now I'm gonna learn to run.
Doctor Dre.
Funny.
Doctor Dre.
Roots. Okay, run, Dre,
right.
run, Dre, run.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run around the back of the barn and run across the 50-yard line. spike the ball, and keep moving.
All right.
Because the one thing about it is,
Man.
when you're wearing the prosthetic, you don't have any pain that you had in your leg anymore. That's gone.
Okay. Man,
So the rest of it is just
dude, I got to get serious for a minute. I really have to commend you for your attitude as you go through your situation, man, your health situation, man. Because it's amazing to hear somebody with your upbeat attitude, and as you're dealing with so many different things. Was it always like this? That you had to go through a process to get back to yourself again?
Let me tell you something. I never lost myself. Unfortunately, I wasn't like Eminem. I didn't lose myself. Not at all. What I did is I said, here you are. Now what are you going to do? And when you start deciding to get in the music game or in entertainment, you can never afford to lose yourself. You can have some down moments. You can feel depressed, but you got to turn that around to make yourself work harder. So the one thing I'm doing real quick is Bernadette has me writing a book right now called Confessions of a Food Addict.
A hip hop.
It's going to be a series of 3 books that we're writing, and they're not going to be long. And the thing is, I'm going to confess to all kind of crazy stuff that not only I do, but other people do. And we want you to join in with us. If you got some thoughts about it and would like to contribute to the book, it's to help self-motivate people to change your way. Because the thing is, when people go, oh, I want to diet, I want to go to WW, oh, I want to use this, I want to use that. That's all great. But the first weapon that you have to handle when you're a food addict is what's between your 2 ears and when you open and whatever you put in your mouth. Because your mental behavior is going to be what stimulates you, what's going to inspire you, and what's going to move you forward. So that's why I said to the guy when he said, you want a new prosthetic? I said, no, I want one that's going to run. Because I want to be able to run. I want to exercise better than I can. I want to push myself more than I ever did. The first one I learned, I got a good handle on it. But Confessions of a Food Addict. I know people are waiting on my first book, but Bernadette has strangled me and put me in a headlock, wrestled me to the ground, and said, you need to write this book. So we decided we're going to do this, especially because today it's Women's Month.
Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
Can I jump in and say, like, what I found about this story, why it's so important to sell is because after you did the ABC7 interview, we had people thanking Dre for talking about something that is taboo in our community. We don't talk about type 2 diabetes. Dre was he talked about type 2 diabetes on ABC7 maybe 2 years ago, and I was like offended by people saying, you know, he did it to himself. And Beverly, yes, this is the guy that worked with Ed Lover and Def Jam and Original Concept, but we actually have people out there that's thankful for a voice. And Lonzo, I know you are a strong voice with pancreas cancer and health and
prostate cancer,
prostate cancer, and it was weird to see people thanking Dre for saying things that they can't sit at their own dinner table and at home and talk about because there's a lot of finger pointing when it comes to type 2 diabetes, and so. If people are getting in his DMs to say thank you for that, that means it's not being talked about enough. And we're not being real about what's the problem with our communities because we have limited, resources with, foods sometime and everything. And then our value with our, diet choices and taking care of ourselves. Dre is on a new prosthetic to do exercises and things like that. The conversation has to be and the book needs to be written because, like I said, I'm still to this day kind of shook by someone thanking you for talking about a health condition that it's hard to speak about with their family, type 2 diabetes and things like that. We all know what we need to do to take care of it, but we don't talk about food deserts and things like that, lifestyles that we're forced to have. I had to get some things from the local grocery store here in my neighborhood. And the neighborhood doesn't have great choices because we don't have the major grocery stores, Walmart and things like that. So when you get what you can have, but some people have it out of habit, out of convenience. I mean, when you're on the road, like Dre was saying, as traveling as a DJ and things like that, you eat what you have and everything. But it's a community thing. It's a community thing. It's an individual thing. But not talking about such things like type 2 diabetes does not take it away. So that's why we had people thanking Dre for talking about his life, because obviously there's no outlet.
Well, Bernadette, I just want to jump in because Bernadette is one of my greatest motivators when it comes to this. I will make a very strong commitment with you, Alonzo, as you work the prostate cancer side of the field. I'll work the type 2 and diabetes side of the field, and we'll work together and create something to motivate folks to get their checkups, get their colonoscopies done, to, you know what, I don't even want to say changing your diet. I say modify and make better choices. Because the one thing about Confessions of a Food Addict is you're going to cheat. That's the first line in the book. This book is to let you know you are going to cheat. Here's the thing. If you cheat, double back and eat better after that. Because your body is amazing. It will heal so much of the nonsense of what we do because it's there in front of us. And there's so many reasons we do what we do. But on this March 22nd, we are going to announce my first physical fitness challenge initiative. So you got to keep watching Alonzo and I as Legendary connects right here to how you can contribute, what you can do. And Alonzo, we're going to get you on the team too.
Yes, sir.
And it's very simple. It's not hard. It's matter of fact, we want everybody to join in with us and help contribute a little bit, and let's gain a lot. Teach me what you know. That's the biggest thing that I want to do when it comes to this book. I don't want to sit there and dictate. I want to tell you what I did. I want to tell you why. I want to tell you why I don't know. But I want to hear from you too and say, you know what, Dre? I was listening to this, or I heard this, what you were doing, and man, let me tell you my story. Come on, get down so we can create a better way to change. There are better ways. There's a lot of good programs out there. There's a lot of good doctors out there. There's a lot of good holistic people out there. But let's now put that information out there. And I'm going to invite one of our friends, Alonzo Styles P, who has his own pharmaceutical company, holistic pharmaceutical company, to join us here on Legendary Connects sometime this month. Because again, it's Women History Month, and we're going to get some women on this show, and we're going to celebrate. We're even going to go as far as England to bring a young lady named Matilda in to talk about diabetes and women's history, because everybody here was born from a mother. So we're going to celebrate all of our queens and protect them and say, yes, we can do this. I'm going to show you how to make a desert an oasis. It's not that difficult. It's just learning how to see things and making better choices. That's all it comes down to.
Okay. Hey, check this out. Dre, we both have our issues. I'm a prostate cancer survivor, and when I realized, when I went to the doctor, they give you this thick ass book about how different causes of prostate cancer, and different places in the world where prostate cancer is high, and places where it's low, and places that they're considered to be third world countries have the lowest rates of prostate cancer. Why? Because they're eating fruit, they're eating natural fruits, they're eating berries and nuts and fish and things. China, Africa. What? No, anyone? No, we don't got to have prostate cancer here. So, but as you get in so-called industrialized countries like England and Germany and America, that shit get high as hell. So it lets you know that it's coming from what you take into your body. And here in LA, the OGs, Battle Cat, myself, my boy Edwin, Razor, and some more folks, we get up every Sunday. We do what we call a praise walk. We walk a 5K from Marina Del Rey to the pier, into the pier, and turn back around. Takes us about an hour. We walk a 5K every Sunday. We call it the praise walk because our friends were having heart attacks and strokes. Everybody around us having heart attacks and strokes. And even one of my buddies who walks with us, he suffered from a stroke, and he was 300 and some pounds, and he's down to 290 now because he's changed his diet, he's changing his lifestyle. So I tell everybody, man, you ain't got to run. I got plantar fasciitis in my left foot so bad it hurt me to walk sometimes. But damn it, I damn sure get out there and do some walking. Okay, sometimes I hurt to walk, but after you get to walking for a while, it kind of eases the pain. And even if you feel the pain, you got your boys out there with you. You know, you can get home, you can get back to your car if nothing else. Okay, so we've been doing this now since November. It was cold as shit in the beginning. It was cold. We on the beach on the water. We on the water in November. We started this in November. And it would be sometimes it'd be 42 degrees. And we say, if it ain't raining, we walking. If it ain't raining, we walking. That's our philosophy. You ain't got to call. If it ain't raining, we walking. Okay. And we started walking, and man, we get more and more brothers into it. More and more folks are responding to it. And it's something we have to do. Plus, I saw Ice-T's ass. He walking with some people and getting a check from Cheerios. Mother, so much shit. Okay. So we do it out of self-love, because we all have done a bunch of shit to our bodies over the years. We need to heal it. We need to heal our bodies from. I'm trying to get to 100.
Well,
I'm trying to get to 100. Okay.
100 what?
Go ahead.
100 days.
100 years. Wait. Let me say this. Hold on, Dre. I have an auntie. I had an auntie. She died when she was 100 years old. And want to know the key to her life, her long life? She never drove a car. She walked everywhere. Yep. Now I got to walk. I can't walk everywhere. My auntie walked everywhere. She ain't never had a driver's license and never had a car, and she outlived everybody. My dad, my mom, her husband, a couple of her kids. Okay, because she walked everywhere. She didn't have no diabetes. She didn't have no heart. She didn't have no heart condition. Her heart just like, you know what, baby, I'm tired. We gotta go. Okay. So when I realized at her funeral,
you've done it. So come on with me. You've done your 100. Let's go with me. That's all.
Okay.
But let me help
you. You done 100. Quick. Okay. So
Lonzo, with
when
that walk, let me help you.
My inspiration. Go ahead.
No, I said I want to help you with one quick thing
that
will double your walk stature in less than a week. First and foremost.
What's that?
Eliminate meat. Eliminate processed.
I did. I'm done.
Meat.
He did that last week.
I'm done.
It. When you eliminate processed
did that 2 weeks ago.
Your body, I'm gonna tell you how fast it works. Your body, energy, digestive tract, and everything will just turn around. It just will. If you increase your salad, if you eat one salad a week, make it 2 salads a week. We do a thing called G-bombing.
Dude.
I'm going to tell you what a G-bomb is.
Dude.
It's greens.
Go ahead. I'm going to tell you about my situation.
No. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. That's a G-bomb.
G-bomb.
It's simple. It's not.
Okay.
So, say I want a hamburger and I really want one. I call up and I get myself a bean burrito. I can get a bean burrito anywhere. I cut the dairy almost to non-existent. Every once in a while, I slide back. Damn, I want to have something. And I'll get one and I'll say, that'll be it. Now, the more I don't do it, the more I don't want it. So if I eat something bad, that's what I'm saying. In this book, Confessions of a Food Addict, it's like once you stop doing those things and eating those chemicals, your body rejects it. Like if I go eat something ridiculous, my body will send me to the bathroom in seconds. It'll be like, get that out of me. What did you just do?
Look, Dre, I got on a pair of pants. I bought these pants right before the pandemic. I put them on during the pandemic, and I had to hold all my breath to get them on. This morning, I got them on with no problem. Okay, I got them. In fact, I had to pull my belt a little tighter so they wouldn't fall off my ass. And when I realized, I said, "Damn, this shit is really working." Okay, the only thing I got to do now is increase my water intake. And I'm looking at my boy right now. Who is that talking about water? I still drink iced teas. That's my biggest weakness right now. But I love carbonated waters. I just don't know which ones got the best flavor because some of them just nasty. Some of them are just nasty. I drink them seltzer waters. Can't find them no more.
Lonzo, all you need
Go for it.
is a bottle of water and get a bottle of lemon juice. Put a cap full of lemon juice in it. That's alkaline water right there. 16-ounce bottle of water a day. Put 2 or 3 down in your system. It will move your body. We'll talk more about this during the month. And we'll talk more about this as we put this book together. Because you can combine and help us too here. Because we want to know what your confession is. What your thing is. Because being a food addict is worse than being an addict of drugs. Because with drugs, you don't have to live off of drugs because that becomes a mental thing. But with food, you have to eat to sustain life, but you don't have to eat what you think you need. I had to think about this the other day. My sister said something about McDonald's. I can't remember the last time I had McDonald's. I can't remember.
My boy just gave me a perfect idea. Willie Mo, I love you, boy. I love the Impossible Whopper. I love that Impossible Whopper. I used to love Whoppers, but I love the Impossible Whopper. Okay.
Yep. But I'll show you later on as we're going through the book. Even that I got to get rid of because it's too much salt in it. It just is. And when you find that balance and that harmony, like you said, those areas of the world that eat a certain way, you'll find out they don't eat after that.
Right.
In the morning when I wake up, before my prayer, I have a handful of blueberries, which is great antioxidant. I have my okra water, and I'm good to go to about
Whoa. Nigga, what you say? Okra water.
Okra water.
Did you say okra water?
Okra water.
Okra as in vegetable water.
Dre, that's nasty. It's slimy. It's this, that, and the other. I said, but I don't have no problems. And okra water is easy to do. But we'll talk about that next time. Look it up online.
All right,
and look at what the properties that it gives you. Okra water. And I'll tell you, Lonzo, it's so easy for you to do. Every day, get yourself some cases of water.
All right.
You have one in the morning and one at night. I got one to do later on after we finish the call.
Right.
Okra water.
Okay.
Not that difficult to do.
All right, folks.
But it helps you.
All right. Much love, Dre. Much love, Bernadette. Much love to the chat room. Willie Mo say get a soda stream. I'm on my way to get one right now. That's the perfect idea because I know I can't find what I want. I'm gonna make what I want. Doggone it, folks. I don't know what this noise is in the background. I ain't never heard it before in my life. Maybe because we're talking about some hot shit today, folks.
Yep.
They trying to mess up our screen. I don't know what this is. This is munchkin sounding shit. I never heard it before in my life. I don't see nothing here. I don't see nothing here. There it is. I think I figured it out. But anyway, folks, it is what it is. But we will be back. This is Lonzo and Dre. We do this. I show every Thursday at 6:00. This is called Legendary Connects. We talk about hip hop. We talk about health. We talk about baby mama drama, baby daddy drama for Bernadette, and any females to chime in. And bottom line is, folks, we're just trying to do something different. You know, if the old school players of hip hop don't drop no game on the folks behind us, we're not doing our job. We're not doing our job.
We're here to celebrate Women's History Month.
For those of you who are trying to hit a home run with a broken bat, I understand. And if you're a midget, keep on growing, baby. You're gonna make it one day. In the meantime, Bernadette, thank you very much, darling. I will see you. We'll be talking shortly. Dre, much love to you, Doc. Thank you for chiming in because you got a lot to say. I appreciate you every day. Everybody in the chat room, too many folks to remember to shout out, but I'm gonna shout out those I can see right now. Easy Steve, my man Crypto Charles, Marlon, Willie Mo. Who else here I can get to right quick? Marlon Cozy, and then my main ones, King Dev Young, Beverly, thank you, baby, for coming through. Our only female, Derek Henry, everybody, Bryant Turner, thanks everybody for hanging out with us, folks. We got 16 folks on here. We're gonna keep going. Y'all do me a favor, like, share, and notify. Now, most of y'all are probably still on my other channel. I want to grow this channel too. Go to YouTube, look up Legendary Connects, and like that one too, folks. Just like that one too. Legendary Connects. It's another YouTube channel we have. This is streaming over there as well, so we can grow that channel as well. All right. So at some point in time, we're gonna move all the way over there. We're gonna separate them, hopefully. But as of right now, we run all the YouTube channels together, so we can keep our audience informed of what's happening. So at some point in time, please go over to Legendary Connects, like the page, share the page, let people know that Dr. Dre and Lonzo was at it again, folks. In the meantime, Mr. Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. And like I say all the time, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, from Eve After Dark to concerts in the park, y'all. You're live with your boy Lonzo. We are out of here. Till next time. See y'all Tuesday, God willing, with me and Dusty, baby. Peace.